Hello 10th standard. We have to learn grammar, English grammar, and our topic name is modal auxiliaries. So we are going to learn this modal auxiliaries. In this video, first of all, the question arise, and what is that? What are modal auxiliaries? You know that other types of verbs, you know. So modal auxiliaries, first of all, we are going to see the definition of modal auxiliaries. It shows mood. The main function of modal auxiliary is to show mood, and then it comes with main verb. This is another thing is that there is a very important thing that the modal auxiliaries are never used alone in the sentences. They are always associated with main verb. For example, I am giving you that he can read. In a simple sentence, we can see the use of modal auxiliaries. Modal auxiliaries here it can, and it comes with read. Read is the main verb, right? And can is the modal auxiliaries. So look here now. So if we write these modal auxiliaries alone in the sentence, they are wrong. They do not mean anything unless they are with main verb. This is the main first and most important. Now we are going to see that which are modal auxiliaries. I am going to give you the list, and your homework is now in the beginning only. I am telling you that 10th standard student, your homework is to find out other modal auxiliaries and the sentences related to those modal auxiliaries and write them. Two sentences of each modal auxiliary you write in your homework. Okay. So write here modal auxiliaries. Can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, could, must, need, dare, etc. Look here carefully on the blackboard. You can see that this is the list of modal auxiliaries, and they are used in the sentences to show the mood of the person and the things. Okay. For what they come in the sentences, and you know that very important thing. Just now I told you in the beginning that they never come alone in the sentence. They are always associated with the verb, main verb. So look here, we are going to see their uses now, one by one in the sentences, so that you may clearly understand them. Now we are going to see the use of these modal auxiliaries with examples. And you have to make such examples, you have to find such examples from your textbook while doing your completing your homework. Okay? First of all, we are going to see that the can. Now can. What does this can show? What is the mood of the person or thing? Can show. It shows an ability. So first of all, we are going to see the ability. How it can show the ability? Through the sentence, with the help of the sentence. For example, he can write. Here see that one sentence we wrote here, and can is used in it. This is modal auxiliary. It comes with write. This is the main verb. And what does it show? What is the mood of the? What is the ability of the subject? He is showing can. The ability of writing. the he can write. So can, so we can just translate it into like this. He is able to write. So see that you can translate it into this one. He can write means he is able to write because it's his ability to write. Another sentence we are going to take that. I can swim. Look here, I can swim. This is my ability. This is ability of I. That I can swim. Okay. So many more sentences we can take, but I think that two sentences are enough to understand this topic because we have to deal with other modal auxiliaries also. Another thing is that now can shows beside this, beside ability, it shows possibility. For example, now they can go to Mumbai. Yeah. They can go to Mumbai. Now look here. In this sentence, can is also used with the main verb go. So it shows that the ability of possibility of they. What they can do? They can go to Mumbai. Means it's a possibility whether they are going or not. Actually, no, not certain. Means they are possibly go to Mumbai. So we can just translate into what? It is possible that they go to Mumbai that way. Another thing is that we can attend meeting if it does not rain. It doesn't rain. See here in the sentence, can. You have to understand the can so that you will understand the use of the can. Here possibility is shown. So we took two sentences of that. They are showing the ability and possibility. Now look here, we can attend meeting if it doesn't rain. When it is a possible, if doesn't rain, we can attend meeting. So here can shows possibility. And another thing is that now together we are going to see that can, could. Because you know could is past tense of can. So the use of them are same, only the difference is of tenses. Okay, the time. Now permission. It shows permission also. For example, you can go now. So here can shows permission, right? So you can go now. Your work is over. You are permitted to go. So translation of this sentence can be you are permitted to go. So that way means it is a permission he gave for going. Another thing is that they could join the class. They could join the class if they paid. If they paid. See in this sentence, this could also show the same thing. Actually the same thing. What is that? The permission. They could join the class if they paid. In case they paid, they are permitted to join the class. The same thing. They got the permission. Such a way. Now we are going to see that may, might. Both together we are going to see that, not the separate. See that now I am going to write that here on the blackboard. Pay attention. May, might. So may and might. Here, permission, that. The main function of the may might is permission, showing the permission. Here look now. For example, he may come. He may come in. Like, or you may come in. Look now. You may come in. This is a permission, right? Another thing is that you may play. Now, this is also permission mentioned in this sentence also. May. So permission. Another sentence. They might take chance. Here also permission. Okay, they might take chance. So all these sentences showing the permission that may and might indicate. Another thing that shows possibility now. It shows possibility also. For example, he may come today. There is a possibility now here. Actually not certain, but possible that he may come today. She might reach home. She might reach home. Here also the possibility is shown. Like this. So look now, possibilities. Two sentences we took here. Now another thing is that I am going to show you another example. So may might are over. After that, shall should. We are going to have now shall. So look here, the use of shall now. In the first person, it shows simple future action. So look here, look at the blackboard clearly, carefully. Actually the definition I wrote it and the use of the shall is written here. What is that? Shall show the simple future action in the first person. When the shall is used in the first person, and you know that very well which are the first person, I and we. Correct? So when it comes with I and we, it shows on the simple future action. Now, for example, I shall write a letter. See now, I shall write a letter. This is actually a future action issue because you know, shall here used with I. I is the first person. Another thing is that, another example, we shall go to picnic. We shall go to picnic. See here now, shall here also the same thing here. In the both sentences is showing what is the future action, the simple future action, because that will take some time later. Okay, but when it happens, when it comes with first person. Now look here, I and we are the first person. Sorry. I and we are the first person. So you got it now? Another example we are going to see that now. What shall again show beside this simple future action? Because when it comes, when the shall comes with third person and second person and third person. In the second and third person, it indicates promise, threat, and determination. Look now, the verb is same, the verb is shall, but when it comes with first person, singular, first person, so it shows simple future action, but when it comes in the second and third person, it shows promise, threat and determination. We are going to see that through the examples now. Look here. For example, we shall get rewarded if he wins. Look here, in the condition also given that what will he get? It is actually promise. Here shall is showing the promise. Understand? That he will definitely get reward if he wins. In the case, another sentence, she shall be punished she shall be punished. Now the simple sentence I am taking you here, shall is showing the threat here in this sentence. Look now, you are just pay attention that how they are coming. It is the third person singular, he, she, and second person, it is the threat, when shall comes with third person singular. Now you pass in the exam. You shall pass in the exam. This is a determination now. Here. So that way, shall, this modal auxiliary showing different moods, right? I am going to show you now will. So listen now, I am going to finish this chapter here. The remaining part we shall take in the next video. and your homework is whatever I taught you here. You have to make 4 sentences of each modal auxiliaries and send it on the number. It will be given in the video. Okay? That's it. Sir, please.